without further ado, give it up for Donovan Ruffin. We call him the Don. All right, so Don, give me your backstory first before we get into some, content. Who you are, where you come from, how you got into the business.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely not from around these parts, so I was happy when I saw him walking in. I was like, it's gonna be rare, like so rare. Like, anybody have any rentals that cash flow in California? Oh, one guy. Rare, right? Yeah, so I actually grew up in the Midwest in Ohio. I finished out high school in Texas, actually, which is a blessing in disguise. Immediately got into sales after high school, and everything's about timing, right? And I was in the right place at the right time in direct sales. I was probably like 19 or 20, and started making a bunch of money. And at that time, I don't know, like when you're 19 and 20 and you're making a bunch of money, what do you typically do? Blow it. What else?
Buy a cool car.
Cool cars. Yeah, save and invest. But yeah, it just got kind of crazy. So it's like I was always intrigued by real estate, and one of my buddies actually got into it. And he's actually one of those guys where he's just like super lame, like one of the lame kids in high school, but he was always like entrepreneurial, so we connected there. And then he did a wholesale deal. He made like $18,000, and I'm like, what the hell? If this fucking guy can do it, so can I, right? And not only am I going to do it, but I'm going to be able to crush it, right? And so it was just kind of like that belief level that kind of pivoted me to focus a little bit and believe in the real estate aspect of business, which is, I mean, it's awesome to see what Chris is doing. I mean, the guy that was just sitting up here, I'm like, man, that guy's amazing. Like his physical presence here, somebody that's done something that a lot of us haven't done before, it just kind of sheds that belief onto a lot of us that, I mean, a lot of things are possible with focus and time. And so I was maybe like, I was like 20 years old, did my first deal. I did maybe like, I don't know, like 3 or 4, maybe 6 wholesale deals. And my ego just started flaring up. Anybody in here have egos? Oh, my ego was crazy when I was 20, 21. And I was selling these deals, and I was selling them, I don't know, for like $10,000, $15,000 to these fix and flippers, and they were just loving me. They're like, why do you guys like me so much? And it's just like, we're making a ton of money on your deals, keep sending them. And then I was like, making these guys are just fuck, let me just try to cut them out, right? So I went down the fix and flip path for a few years. I was picking up maybe 2 or 3 fix and flips every month, probably for about 3 years straight. And I was making a ton of money in it, and I was kind of like in a position, this is like 2018, I was doing it for 3 or 4 years, where I was actually making more in real estate than I was in my marketing company at the time. Both of them were $1 million companies, and I was just like, I fucking dread going here, but I love this and the freedom that's involved with it, and like the rush, being able to do deals consistently. And then I just went full time in about 2018. And coming from like different industries, so I've talked to some of you guys in here, like you guys, have your day-to-day jobs or like stuff to make income, and then investing on the side, which is I think the proper way to do things. And looking back and where I'm at now, and kind of seeing people enter into the space, man, like 1 or 2 deals a year makes a big difference. I mean, if you think, doing a $20,000 deal and you do that 3 times a year, that's an extra $60,000 a year in income, is it not? Yeah. Right? So, we do a lot of deals now, which is great, and I love it, right? Who doesn't want to do a lot of deals? But a lot of times, like when I speak and I talk to people, they kind of feel like, how is that possible? It's just because my skill sets are a lot different. I've been doing this a long time, 10 years, almost a decade now. And it's just like starting and getting your foot in the door is one thing, but I think doing deals consistently is a whole different attribute. And I've learned a lot along the way. I think the biggest thing that I've learned is, I'm in the real estate business, but essentially I'm in the people business, right? Being able to connect with people, being able to network with people, and having connections and relationships is what's going to set you apart between anything else. I mean, it's not even competition. It's just the value that you're able to bring to other people, and the value other people are able to bring to you, and being able to connect the two is probably one of the biggest things I've learned. Outside of that, I mean, obviously things were crazy the past couple of years, right? We all know. Anybody have like a...
Well, before we get to that, though, Don, you had a massive team. I mean, I remember I sent a couple of my partners to get trained by you Taylor out of Baton Rouge, and he went to see operations, super impressed. But I mean, you had a big call center. You probably had what, 20, 30 employees?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, you had a massive operation. You were doing probably how many deals a month? 30 deals a month?
Yeah.
You probably, I'm assuming with that kind of deal flow, you're probably doing $3 to $4 million a year gross, roughly.
Like 6 or 7, yeah.
Okay, 6 or 7 million. Wow, is all. That's impressive. $6 to $7 million wholesale operation is super impressive.
Is it all in your backyard, or was that nationwide? Or?
We focus on Texas. So yeah, I think that was what, 2-3 years ago.
19.
Oh wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, 1920. Oh no, maybe it was 2021.
Yeah, I think we were in our new office when we started.
Yeah, it was 2021.
Okay. Yeah, or maybe 22. I don't know, but yeah, we have our headquarters are in Dallas now. We have an office, or we have 2 offices in San Antonio, and then we're actually going to open an office here in Houston in the next couple weeks. So I mean, full time in office, agents or reps is what we call them, sales reps. We have about 35.
All wholesale right now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, we're.
Fix and flips?
I mean, we do. I mean, we're a deal machine, so it's kind of like a conveyor belt of deals, right? So I would say, yeah, I mean, 95% of our deals is mostly wholesale, but I mean, we pick up the best of the best, and I mean, we can get very creative depending on the type of deal.
So now that, say 2022 happened, rates started creeping up first quarter, March. I started to feel the pinch. I know you did. You went from doing probably 30, 40 deals a month, $6-7 million a year in revenue. I'm assuming that probably got cut in half.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what I got. I got cut in half. So you probably went from 6-7 to 2 to 3, 3.5. What did that look like from an operation standpoint? You as a leader having to pivot and probably letting people go.
Yeah.
And what did that look like? And let's start off with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're looking at gross margin or gross profits, right? So it's like $6,000-7,000 cut in half. That's 50%, right? When you're looking at 25-30% net margins, what is that looking like? Looks like a negative 20% profit, right? I mean, it's just math, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, at that time, I think it was like in October of 2023. Obviously, we felt it from 2022 all the way up into the point where I had to make like serious decisions, or I was just going to go out of business. I was like in my office, and I was like, holy shit! Like, we've been losing our ass for like 6-7 months consistently. I mean, we're doing a lot of deals, a lot of activities happening. People are making money, people are surviving, but as a company, we weren't profitable for a long time. And I had to, as a CEO, I had to make hard decisions. And at that time, I think we were spending about $160,000 a month just in marketing, salaries, overhead, and it was tough. I mean, $160,000 a month every month just to keep the lights on, keep people staffed, people paid. I was like, what do we do? And I was just kind of looking at our business model and the market and what the market needs. And obviously, they always say there's always opportunity in a down market. And I was kind of looking at our company's core strengths, our core morals and our values, and our team and our like everything. And then looking at the industry outside of ourselves. And I was like, we have this problem. And if we have this problem, everybody else, all of our competitors, everybody else is going to have the same issue. And at that time, it was just really hard to sell deals. I mean, we were selling deals to fix and flippers, because we're wholesalers, right? And landlords, they'd buy a house, for easy math, call it $300,000, right? ARV, right? So sell it to them $200,000. They put $60,000 or $50,000 in work into it, hope to make $25,000 in returns. Now, could you imagine, buying that property, and then within 3 to 4 months, the property decreases in value about 20%. So you went from a potential of making $20,000 to $25,000 in income to now having to bring money to the closing table after paying off hard money lenders and everything just to get rid of the deal. So what we were seeing is cash buyers were just exiting the market completely, or just flat out running out of cash. Like the cash was just leaving our industry completely. And so what I knew at this time was, there was no hedge funds, cash buyers were drying up. People were just flat out of cash. And we're like, what do we do? Obviously get in touch with the lenders, make sure people can get funding. So we immediately changed our model. It's like, we need to find more people We need to get more eyes on our deals. We need to find more sales reps to be able to sell deals to find these people that are entering into the space, because obviously it's a great time to enter into the market if nobody's buying it, right? Because there's amazing deals. I mean, some of our biggest competitors, like some of the people that used to sell deals for crazy amounts, were selling like, I'm looking at a deal, I'm like, wow, this is a smoking deal. How is this not selling, right?